Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So it is infill time. I have left these nails a bit longer than I normally would. Why? Because I really just can't be bothered to do my nails. There's so many other things to do. Anyway, so I'm going to infill them. So I filed them back, done all of my cuticle work. I am now coming in with my Nails dehydrator. And what we're just going to do a nice simple infill on these. So I'm going to come in with my Pro Bond. I know, people have said, acid-free primers are only for gel nails. I find this stuff really, really works. I had virtually no lifting whatsoever with this set. Since I've gone back to using this system, so not with a primerless monomer and stuff like that. I've just gone back to my usual way of doing it and I haven't had any lifting problems. So that works for me. So just going to pop a bit just on the natural nail. You don't put it all over the nail. Then I'm going to come in, because I've used Moyra for this, the Moyra system for these nails, I'm actually going to come in with the Moyra cover. And what we're going to do is for the pinky, so where we've got the glitter, we're going to make a little bit of, we're going to make it more of an ombre. And if the ombre is rubbish, we're going to cover it up. But the plan was, just to try and ombre it down so it looked like a nice fade. So that's what we're going to do. I've just had an invasion of small people. Hello, children. Okay, so all of this is going to be in real time. That's why it's a bit of a long video, just so you can watch me work, basically. So the most important thing is where I filed down, I have got rid of, because the apex moves. So I filed back the apex and now I'm putting it back where it should be with the stuff that I'm infilling. Been a while since I've done an infill actually, and I have to say I do love using Moyra's powders, even though this cover powder isn't quite the colour that I like. It isn't bad. What I might have done actually, they do this a dark pink, but it's a translucent, so I could have capped it, if you like, over the top with that, just to give it a bit more of a pinky tone, which if I was going to leave it as it was or doing full nails or whatnot, I possibly would do that. And it's something that you'd have to do with some other powders as well. And right on cue, my neighbours have started drilling again. I apologise, I'm just going to let you watch this. Okay, so I'm just going to infill the rest of these nails. I'm just putting a bit in the back and putting a bit of apex in, and that's it for these because they are going to be covered up. I swear my neighbours know just when I start doing a voiceover, because they've been quiet all morning. Nothing has happened, but the minute I go, oh, I've got a little bit of quiet, I think I'll do a voiceover, it starts. So this is very boring. None of this is exciting. It's just infilling, just in case people actually want to watch this. Because obviously I like to just show you as I am doing my nails, because I think it helps. Okay, so I'm going to watch that. And then we're going to come, I think I might speed up the rest of it because I'm just going to do exactly the same on the other nails. And then we're going to move on to the redesign part. There you go, so you can see the fact I've put the apex back where it should be. Doesn't matter if it's a bit lumpy bumpy and it's not all blending quite as beautifully as you want it to, because that's what files are for. I know there are people that say, oh, you know, you should be able to work as though you haven't got a file with you. Whoever would not have a file with them? Come on, I mean, if you... Do any of us actually go anywhere without a file on us? I mean, I've got them littered all over the place. I've got some in my car. I've got some at my desk at work. I've got some at home. I have one in my handbag. Hell, if I went and checked my husband's car, I've probably even got one in there. Because we don't ever go anywhere without a nail file. Because, you know, say if you do happen to ping your nail and it starts to lift, the first thing you're going to do is, you know, and you're out and about somewhere, is kind of file it off, you know, get it off as quickly as possible so you don't catch it on something else and then rip your whole nail bed off, because that's not fun. Yes, I can feel everybody cringe at that moment, because we're all going, yes, we've all done that. And it hurts. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, I was going to take these nails off, and I brought a load of new shiny things, and I was going to do this brand new set on myself, and I've got some new tips that I really want to try. And I've just been putting off doing my nails. I've just been like, no, I can't. And this is also why I video so far in advance as well, because you do have these days or weeks even, when you're just going, nope. Because either life gets in the way and the time you want to, because basically we've just had the 2 weeks Easter holiday. Right, so I've got the kids. Chance of me achieving a lot of nail videos, unless they're gel or, you know, get the kids involved, it ain't happening. Okay, the amount of times I had to stop just doing my own nails was a little bit ridiculous. What you will see though is when I do an infill, I go over the nail with just... So once I've cleaned my brush, so it doesn't have a lot of monomer on it, but it is damp. And I dampen the nail before I come in with the fill, just because it helps the product flow over the existing nail. And I just find that works better. Oh, look, I look like a demon. Woohoo! So there we go. That's all done. So I'm even going to show you some filing. I know, it's proper exciting today. Infill and some filing. Because I never show people filing. Most of the time because I'm using a practice hand and it's just painful. And also, you know, I'm not... I don't know, do people want to watch me file? So I decided... So basically, I do not file my nails into shape or anything before I've actually done the fill. All I do is just... take out if there's any lifting or filing off the apex ready to rebalance, and I just do my natural nail prep. That's it. I don't do the sides, I don't do the free edge, I don't work on the shaping, nothing. Why? Because you're going to do it when you get to the end anyway, so why make double the amount of work? You know, doing your pinky is probably the most difficult nail to file. I mean, look at that weird hand position I've got going on there. That's not comfy. And I do sometimes get a bit of cramp going on whilst I try and get that one. I mean, I've just come to the knowledge that, and acceptance really, that my left hand will never be, my right hand will never be as crisply filed in the shape variety that I would want it to be, because trying to file left-handed it just isn't. Yeah, there you go. See, I've got cramp. I've got to wiggle my fingers before I go back to it. And as you see, it's quite handy because, you know, a lot of people, they file the opposite way to the way I file. But I find that this really helps because I can see then the angle of my file and where my apex is and everything. And I'm just making sure that I'm filing it into a nice shape. Whereas when it's facing you, the finger, I can't, you know, you haven't got the same visual. But yeah, so I just find when I'm doing my own nails that this way works better for me. I am using, so one side of this is a 100, the other side is a 180. I use the 100 just to do the side walls and get the shape in. And then I swap to my 180 to go round my cuticle and just neaten up the shape across the top. And then what I'm going to do, once I'm happy with it all, I think I'll come and play with it a bit more. Yeah, because there's slightly too much that side still. I quite like the filing. I find it quite therapeutic. I'm a bit weird like that, but I do. So yeah, you see, I'm just checking it out from all angles, making sure that I'm happy with it. And then once I'm happy, then I will move on and I will then buff the nail up. There we go. Am I happy yet? Beautiful. Beautiful. And I'm going to get my buffer. I like these. These are my new buffers. Because normally I'd have the little blocks, like the white blocks. I even moved on to some black blocks as well. But yeah, I actually really like these instead because it's you can do the angles a lot better than you can with the block. And it doesn't have the really sharp pointy edges that you get on a block, and you end up, you know, you have to score all of them, and even them you sometimes cut yourself. I'm going to fiddle about with it a bit more. No, I'm good. Right, so we're just going to, yeah, I'm moving on now, and I'm not going to show you all the rest of the nails because that's boring. So what I've done, I've put some base coat on. So I find when oh yeah, this is a disaster. This is awful. I am using Dippy Cow water decals. I have never had a successful attempt with these. They always split, or they don't come off, or I mean, I've managed to make them work eventually, but you've seen me do decals. I normally just put them on, they come off straight away, and off we go. These, no, not having it. So I go, you know, trying to see if it's moving. It's like, no, it's not. Pop it back in the water. It just doesn't. So the whole set had been designed around these decals, and it's all about to go spectacularly wrong because the decals I just can't get them to work. So I have to now rethink the whole of the design that I've just planned. Yay! So this is a little, yeah, it gets a little bit painful because it's just my thought process. I'm like, yeah, I'm still looking at it. No, it's just not. Put it back in the water, Shona. Go put it back in the water. Which I think I have, but it just doesn't. Yeah. To be honest, I've had more success with the cheap ones you get from eBay than I have with these. And I mean, these are expensive. They are £5 a sheet. You know, and I can't get them to work. And maybe it is me. I don't know. See, I finally get it on, or get it off, get it onto my clear jelly stamper. I've got my base coat on, ready to put it on. On it goes. And then I discovered that it's got like these white edges on it, and then it's split as I was trying to put it on. And then it's going to split even more in a minute as I'm trying to just position it. And at this point, I've just gone, do you know what? Forget it. I've just... You know, yeah, there probably is a particular technique that you need for those decals. But do you know what? If I can do every other decal, it shouldn't be this difficult. Yeah, I'm about to rip it off and go, yeah, forget it. Yep, go away. Fling it. Gone. There. Okay, so going back to what I was talking about, I find that when I've done an infill, and so if I'm going to use some gel polish or stamping or different things, I find putting some base coat over your nails actually really helps get everything to stick. Because I've done it without putting base coat on, and yes, gel polishes should stick to everything, but I find they chip or they peel, or, you know, it just... Adding the base coat layer just gives that extra protection, that extra stickiness to them, and it really, I find it really, really makes a better, long-lasting nail. And for, you know, for the sake of just whacking a bit of base coat on there, why wouldn't you? So I do actually come along and I top coat the pinky and the thumb. But actually, as the design starts to unfold, because obviously I'm now having to change plans, I do actually take the top coat off those because I needed to make the design flow a bit better. I got a load of fluff going on today, I don't know why. Fluff. Not dust, but fluff. Fluff. I wasn't even wearing my fluffy jumper. I've done that mistake before, going, oh, look, it's cold. I'll just put my big, giant, fluffy jumper on. Yeah, that's never a good plan when you're trying to do your nails. So, yep, you've guessed it. We're going to come in with some chrome. So the middle finger, obviously being blue, isn't really going to work with a design where it's... we're changing more over to the pinks. And yes, I know I'm out of shot, so I apologise. But yeah, so I'm just going to rub some chrome into that. This part is all sped up, by the way. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to top coat again, and then I'm going to put another layer of chrome on. So I'm double chroming. I know. Reason being, one is that will help with the colour and getting it to... help disguise the colour a bit more, and also it just makes your chromes a lot more hard wearing, because even if you scratch the top layer, you've still got a layer underneath, so it just doesn't make it as obvious if there's a chip or something in your chrome, because we all know chrome is not that hard wearing. I am using, this is one of the Tamika polishes that is number, I don't know what number it is, hang on a moment, I've got to walk across my room and find out. What number were you? You were number 109. Okay, and that finger is just... Yeah, again, I matte top coated this because I thought, oh, that looked nice, a nice matte. Yeah, no, this changes as well, so ignore, ignore what I'm doing. There we go. We're going to do another coat on for... the chrome. So I'm just going to cure that in the lamp for 30 seconds, and then we are going to chrome it some more. I quite like decanting some of my chrome into the lid, as it just makes it easier because the lip isn't quite so high, especially if you have long nails and you're trying to do this. I know people like to use tools and stuff. Me personally, I just use my finger. I like using my finger. It just works, and then it makes my finger all beautiful too. However, this does come back to bite me in the backside very shortly when I get chrome everywhere. Hey-ho, made the world shiny. So yeah, I really like that colour being matte. But like I say, it just didn't work for the next part. So as you can see, the design just isn't quite flowing as it currently is. So what I'm going to come and do is I'm using some OPI, and this colour is very similar to the gel polish, the Tamika gel polish I've got on my nail. So I'm going to come along and I'm going to put some stamping on the glitter ombre nails, just so it flows that colour through. That's what I'm trying to do, is because at the minute it's just not flowing right. There we go. So we're going to stamp that on there, and then on the what was the matte finger, I'm going to come in and I'm going to put some of these lovely gold stickers, because again that then ties in the gold of the chrome as well. So in the glitter there is a hint of a gold that goes through it, but again this just helps to tie everything in a little bit more. I could have gone with crystals, but you know, time was against me and it wasn't going to happen, so I thought I'd use some of these instead. I also used the wrong top coat. I used my Elite 99 top coat, which is what I'd use on my practice hand. There's nothing wrong with it, but I just don't find that it's as hard wearing on me. And already it started to dull, the shine has, and yeah, so it's not a great one for that, but never mind, hey, never mind. At this point, I've just I just want my nails done. I'm only on the first hand. I've got the other hand to do yet. But no, that's not on the video. Don't worry. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to top coat over that. Make sure you cap the edge. And then I'll give that 2 top coats. So what you do is you cure it in your lamp for 15 seconds, put the second coat on, and then cure it for the full 30 seconds to give it its double layer. And then I think that's pretty much the end of this video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll catch you in the next one.